Hello! It's me again. Hi. Well, it's been about 3 months. It's been already about 3 months since the first set of videos that I made in the spring here at the Pier Cove Sanctuary, for lack of a better name. I don't really have a name for this place yet, but for now I'm calling it the Pier Cove Sanctuary, Pier Cove Paradise, whatever. Anyway, I said I was going to make a set of videos for the spring, a set of videos for the summer, a set of videos for the fall. So here we are, August 16th. It's time for the summer videos. There are 4 videos in the series normally. There's the first video I made, if you remember, in the spring set. It was around the house. And I've done no work on that path at all. So I'm going to avoid that particular video entirely for the summer set, and then I'll do it again in the fall. All 4 videos will be repeated in the fall when I hopefully catch the maple leaves at that perfect time when everything is glowing gold here. Wish me luck. But for now, summer, you don't got to worry about that, you know. Summer's doing its thing. And I have been able to do a lot of work here in the last 3 months, and I wanted to show you guys. So, this will be the inner loop path video. The path that runs from the, essentially from the transformer here at the head of the driveway in a big loop, kind of parallel to the driveway and back to the driveway. It's about a 10-15 minute walk. It's very short, but I will turn the camera now around and I will walk and show you how that looks. Not too much has been done on this path. Most of the work has been done on the long loop and the meditation stations, which will be the next 2 videos. But some things have been done, so let's take a gander, shall we? All right, careful, careful, panning around. All right, so here we go. Using my long arm as a gimbal, hopefully this works. And of course, here is the easement that runs up to the public mile-long loop for the Ravine Trust land, which borders the property in a big L over there. And I, of course, made this path with the solar lights lit all the way around this path, and they work. They come on when it gets dark, and they stay on for about 4 or 5 hours every night. They're not really bright enough that you can actually walk it without a flashlight unless there's a full moon. If there's a full moon, it really has a wonderful effect. It was an experiment that worked. Oh yes, I forgot to say, I have color-coded the paths. So the inner loop is dotted with orange to kind of symbolize the lights that are on it. And of course the long loop, the tranquility loop I call it, the mile-long loop, is coated with, now color-coded with blue so people don't get lost. So that's what those dots are. That's new. And these flags, I have to come through and cut these stumps out because as the ground continues to sink with foot traffic from humans and deer, the stumps that used to be flush with the ground are, of course, technically rising. So I have to cut them one more time. So I have the flags there because I haven't cut them yet and I don't want people to stumble. One thing that I'm pretty sure is new, the last videos are made in March, and I'll talk more about this, but in June I had this bench installed here, and there's a really cool story about that I will tell in the meditation station video for the summer here. And I'll talk a little bit about how I arranged everything there with the stone and why I did what. It's pretty cool, actually. But that's in the next video. And the labyrinth will also be more discussed in depth in the next video. Remarkable thing about the labyrinth is it's almost a year old. I finished it on August the 30th of last year. So it's 2 weeks away from its first birthday. And I have not maintained it really at all. I don't think I've added a single stone to it. Which is just remarkable. Just remarkable that it's done so well. I'm so happy about that. It needs to be weeded and leaf blown, of course. I haven't done that yet recently, but it's still doing great. So we continue along this way, and this path itself, of course, has not changed since the last video in the spring. Oh, wow, a huge branch just fell over there by the tennis court. Wow. I'll have to go check that out. That's interesting. All right, proceeding right along. Try to point out some of the things that might be different. I mean, you can tell the foliage is thicker. When the videos were made in the spring 3 months ago, you know, the leaves were all out. So that effect is very similar. But it's just the leaves are all bigger and thicker now in the summer. So come up here and round this little hillock here. And as we start to bend now away from the house, parallel with the driveway, now we get to some sections where I have done some work. So you can see in the last video from 3 months ago, this used to be just covered in crap. Sticks all over here, just messy, all the way over here. And so I've been trying to get everything moved steadily back this direction towards the tree line. You'll also maybe be able to tell if you look close enough that I have cut and cleared another 150 feet into the tree line and uncovered some beautiful trees back there. There's no path that runs back there, but it creates a really nice visual when it's a little open, a little deeper from the path, I've discovered. So that's why I did that. Big spider web here. I'm going to try to get around. I succeeded. I cut all of the sassafras away from this beautiful parachute or umbrella beech. That's an American beech with a really amazing form like that. And so there were these sassafras trees everywhere. That's a sassafras, by the way. Sassafras, by the way, are the trees that I called locusts in the last set of videos because I didn't identify my trees correctly. I thought they were locusts, and the bark of a locust looks exactly the same as that, but the leaves are different, and the weight of the wood is different. Those are sassafras trees that have kind of taken over this place. So I've cut down a lot of sassafras trees to open up the area for the sugar maples and the American beeches and the red oaks and the wild cherries and these lovely evergreens. That's a white fir right there, which I love so much. It's gotten remarkably bigger since I did this work a year ago. So you can see I'm starting to make piles back there. So, you know, this stuff will go there, and all this stuff will go there, and all of this stuff right here. I mean, this area is going to be beautiful when I finish opening this up. All of this stuff goes in that pile over there, and that'll be lovely. And this middle section has not changed in the 3 months. I've had to do essentially no work here. A little bit of stick pickup you can see over there. And I pruned some low-hanging boughs around the house for the oak trees that were blocking the driveway. That's what that fresh stuff is on that big pile. And of course, this path needs to be weed-eated and blown with a leaf blower, which I will get to probably Monday. Wanted to kind of do it before this video, but you know, this was the day to video and I just didn't get to it. You know, that's the way it happens sometimes. So I cleared up a lot in here. A lot of this cleanup is new since the last video in March. And I cut down a bunch more sassafras in here too, so there's a lot more detritus on the ground. And of course, obviously right here this is where I got to with the cleanup so far, and this is all got to get picked up. Most of this will all end up going on this pile right here. You know, you make a big pile and you try to efficiently put as much stuff around that pile, on that pile. Walk as little as possible with stuff, you know. You don't want to do a lot of time walking. You want to do, you know, picking up and throwing or placing. Saves a ton of time. So, I don't know if this was made 3 months ago or not. I don't think it was. If it was, forgive me. But I collected all the detritus that was all along here and all around there. And I made this really nice critter house through here, which there was a little flying squirrel right there in the video. If you go back, if you can rewind, you can see a little flying squirrel right there was watching me. And there he is again, right there. That little guy, that's a flying squirrel. They are so cute. You see him there? You have to zoom the video in to see him. They are so cute. Look at him run this. Look at him. Look at him come right up to me. Look at that. Anyway, that's kind of neat. So there's lots of chipmunks in there. They love that critter condo a lot. And let's see, what else can I tell you? We're about to finish this video. At the end of this video, I will walk up by the gazebo, which, if you remember from the last set of videos, was on the house loop video. But I've done a lot of work by the gazebo, and so I want you to see it. So I'm going to add that to this video. I've done tons of work over here in the last 3 months. I worked on this section just yesterday. Keep pushing everything back, making piles, you know, clearing all this away. It really is just lovely land. When we walk the blue path, the long loop later, you'll see it is really coming together. Super nice. But as of right here, I'm pretty sure everything is essentially the same from the March video. I don't think I've done any work in this section of the land since March. I mean, not March. It was May. Sorry, May. 3 months ago was May. And I think I did this video right after they had come and chipped all this stuff up, and I talked about these chips, which will be soon covered with leaves and you won't even see them anymore, from all of the big detritus piles that I had all through here, that the property owners had a chipping company come in and chip them up for mulch, which made things look admittedly nicer from the driveway. All right, so I think in the spring, May video, I took a right here on the driveway and walked up the driveway to the house, but we're going to go back to the house over here along the gazebo and show you some of the garden work that I've done transforming this gazebo area into something really pretty special. I think if I get to stay here one more spring, I can finish all the plantings, and then this could be really something nice. We'll see. But it already is kind of nice. So essentially what I'm doing is, all this grass is not really grass. Grass is like weeds. And if you get up close to it, it's really sparse and unattractive. So as opposed to trying to reseed it, I was trying to dig it out and put mulch beds in. So you can see I did a teardrop mulch bed right there around that kind of Greek urn planter. And I was going to run that mulch bed maybe all the way to here, to these mossy logs. And then a lot of this can be cut out and mulched in. I've already started to do so here with some older hydrangeas that I transplanted here, so they should bloom next year, those hydrangeas. Lovely. This is a rosehip bush that it was really wild and woolly, and I pruned it out and mulched it, and it's doing wonderfully. And I planted this cherry tree. This is a flowering cherry. It might have been planted in May when I did that last video, but it's doing well. The deer nibble on its lower branches, and I keep spraying to keep them away, but apparently cherry leaves are very tasty, but it's still doing great. It's a healthy tree. And then I think most of these plantings were already done, but they're of course now in bloom, which is lovely. But I cut in this mulch bed. So I took a mattock and I took all the weeds out all the way around the gazebo, pruned out all of these branches that were overhanging the gazebo to open it up, and then mulched it with about 8 yards of mulch. Took a lot of shoveling, but everything really likes it. Can we see the bees? Let's see if we can get close enough to see all the bees and the butterflies on these purple things. I don't know what these purple balls are, but oh my God, look at all those bees. Can you guys see all those bees? Wild honeybees, bumblebees, butterflies right there. Look at all those bees. Isn't that something? I mean, that is something. And these things just exploded just about a week ago. I didn't know what they were going to be, and they're really pretty. These ground covers are expanding already. Eventually this will all be ground cover. There's some new patio furniture in the gazebo, which is quite lovely. Yeah. And so that is essentially the short loop video for the summer of 2025. Isn't it nice when it's all blooming like that? Got to get rid of some of these weeds. But considering the fact that I did this months ago, very few weeds have come in. I'm very happy about that. No weed mat down here. I just dug deep, you know, and then just mulched it with like 4 inches of mulch. So pretty white butterfly there. There's more of these. I just can't get over how many bees populate these purple things. Isn't that something? Look at all those bees. Bees are good. More bees the better. Big fan of bees. Okay, turning the camera around now. I'm headed back across the tennis court now, back up to the house. That's it for this video. The summer 2025 Pier Cove Sanctuary video. And hope you enjoyed that. I will now stop this video and I will go do the meditation station video now and show you, because lots happened there too. A lot's happened there. The Zen Garden was only in its infancy 3 months ago, and it is done. So I will go show you guys that now. Very exciting. Okay, that's it. Then I'll try to hit stop here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Peace. Peace.